There is something seriously wrong with Pramila Jayapal. Welcome to the Jason Rantz Show, presented by Nunn Better Tax Resolution. Seattle Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal is broken. The grandmother to the squad, Jayapal has always occupied space in the fringes of the Democrat Party. She has no meaningful legislative accomplishments, despite, by the way, representing a major city because she is an unserious politician. She lazily spouts progressive talking points because taking symbolic stances on issues is way easier than doing hard work. But one recent post on X, formerly known as Twitter, is so over the top that it seems important to question what Jayapal is motivated by. And by the way, let's question her well-being just for a moment if she actually believes this stuff. She, or the 23-year-old staffer she mistreats, posted this: reminder, it shouldn't be easier to buy an assault weapon than tickets to Barbie, Oppenheimer, or the Eras Tour concert film. What in the world is she talking about? What is wrong with that? She goes after guns all the time, but this post is downright irresponsible. It's never been more difficult to purchase so-called assault weapons, which is just a catch-all term that the radical left uses when they see scary-looking firearms, than it is right now. In Washington state, which Jayapal pretends to represent in Congress, assault weapons are banned. And there's not a single location in the country where it's easier for you to buy any firearm than it is to get tickets to movies that Jayapal hasn't seen and a musician she's only casually familiar with. Here is an empty theater for Barbie on the day that she posted her tweet. We could have bought tickets together, although I don't want to go with you. She likely yelled at some young staff member that she notoriously mistreats for some pop culture references to shoehorn into this ignorant post because she thinks it's going to appeal to Gen Z. This is a tailor-made message for the most ignorant voters who take pride in being as empty a vessel as this congresswoman is on this issue. Look, you can be in favor of severe gun restrictions while also rejecting her flat-out ridiculous claim. How shameless can she get? What's the value in so transparently and foolishly lying about access to firearms? Now, of course, for anyone concerned with gun violence, like her constituents who deal with her soft on crime policies that actually embolden criminals that keep offending, if they believe her, they're going to be frightened. And that's precisely what she seems to want. Jayapal and the rest of the radical left, they want to ban guns. They talk about it all the time. It's an easy position for them since they are afforded more protection than the communities their policies leave unsafe. Jayapal used taxpayer dollars for private protection, and then she raided her campaign finances for top-of-the-line home security. You see, she's a proponent of cashless bail, so she could easily become the target of a prolific offender that she fights to keep out of jail. She'll do what she can to keep herself and her family safe. If only she afforded the same level of care to her constituents. You see, Jayapal aims to keep guns away from law-abiding citizens who pose no threat whatsoever. Meanwhile, she does absolutely nothing to keep firearms from the gang members that she champions with her favored criminal justice reforms. That her policies make us unsafe is precisely why people rightly turn to firearms for personal protection. But she apparently can't connect those dots, or at least she refuses to. Her argument epitomizes why such an ineffective lawmaker like her posts silly things like this. She offers her arguments in bad faith. It's how she offers, frankly, most of her political arguments off of Twitter. Jason Rantz here with Greg Nunn, your local tax expert and advocate. Greg, thank you so much for coming on.
Hey, Jason, great to be with you again and talk about these tax issues.
Okay, so why should anyone in trouble with the IRS contact you immediately?
The sooner the better, because it's so much easier to deal with an IRS situation at the beginning than when you're getting toward the end and they're getting very aggressive. And at the same time, it takes that pressure off of you sooner and gives you that peace of mind that, hey, no more fear of going to the mailbox because I'm here helping you.
So by connecting with you, can you assure people that they won't have the IRS on their doorstep or calling them nonstop?
When you have representation, you definitely do not want to talk to the IRS ever, and you don't have to. you are protected by statute, by law, that when you have representation, they have to deal with your representative. And I am acting in your best interest when I'm dealing with the IRS. And I tell you, you don't want to talk to them, it'll just stress you out.
Greg, thank you so much. That was really, really helpful.
Hey, it's my pleasure, and I just really hope that what I've said helps some people that are in tax difficulty.
If you're having trouble with the IRS, then call Greg Nunn. Greg might be able to negotiate a settlement for up to 85% off the original amount owed, including penalties and interest. Call Greg Nunn today. Did you like this video? We have a whole lot more over at KTTH.com.